Hey the YouTube, this is Good Dude 73 making a knife review. And today I think it's pretty obvious what we'll be looking at by the background there. We'll be looking at the George VECP. This is the VECP 2.0, the second generation. This is the box it comes in. Very simple. I'd like to see that. It's kind of funny. It's similar to what a hinderer comes in. So, VECP is an acronym, and it stands for Value Engineering Change Proposal. I think it sounds cool just as VECP. Basically, it's Les George's first effort at a mid-tech, I do believe. So this is how the knife comes packaged. You get it in bubble wrap, and then it comes in this little plastic baggie. We'll look at the box later. So the knife itself is fairly well sized. It has, according to the specs, a 3.4 inch blade, but it's about 3.5. I mean, you're getting into semantics. It has a CTS XHP blade, and I had emailed Les George asking the hardness, and he said the Rockwell is about 60. So that's a good Rockwell for a knife. The handles are stonewashed titanium, and stock, the knife comes with a G10 backspacer and a titanium clip. But we'll get to that later on in the video. Overall, I just think this knife is really good. I mean, it's a very nice knife, and supposedly, I've heard that they don't make them anymore. I'm not sure if that's like all VECPs or just the stonewashed ones. I'm not sure, but I was told that they're not made anymore. So that's a shame, because it's a really good knife. I mean, the VECP, I remember it came out like, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, and it's just one of those knives that, you know, a lot of people like, you know. And I remember when it first came out, people were saying, oh, it's a Sebenza killer. You know, is it a Sebenza killer? I'd say no, because it's kind of funny, because you say Sebenza killer, but you're still comparing it to the Sebenza. I mean, the Sebenza is its own thing. This knife, in my opinion, I mean, as of this video, I like it more than my Sebenza, so take that as you will. Get a close-up on the blade here. It features a nice stonewash finish with his name etched on there with a laser, I believe. The thickness on this is about 4 millimeters, and it has a nice swedge on it, which looks nice, and it also thins out the tip, so it's nice and fine, but it also has a good bit of metal backing it up, so it's not too thin. The jimping on here is in a very good spot. It's nice and big, so you don't have to, it's not too fine, you get good traction on it. One thing I really like about this knife is this deep finger cutout right here. When you hold onto it, I mean, it's a solid grip. And the back here, you can see it features a titanium frame lock, tapped for both tip up and tip down carry. He licensed the hinderer lock bar stabilizer, so you don't have to worry about over travel. This knife locks up very tightly. There's no blade play in any direction, and this one has had the lock reground by Les George, because apparently, I guess, when these were first released, they had a radius lock bar, meaning that, you know, instead of being like that, it was like that, and you get blade play and some lock slippage and stuff. But if yours has that, you can send it back to him and he'll regrind it for free. So, great customer service. Before I get into the whole nitty-gritty of this review, I think this knife has two, drawbacks. Two little minor things that I'd probably change. First off is the thumb studs. Alright? They're kind of low profile. This is a comparison. Here's the ZTO 550. Look at how much the thumb stud sticks out in the 0550 versus the VECP. You know, this takes some practice to get these thumb studs to work. And then the second thing is this tip right here is really close to the edge of the knife. Actually, if you run your finger right there, you can feel the tip. My finger's hitting it. And actually, when I drew this out of my pocket a couple times it actually got snagged and opened like that. So it's something to be cautious of. Like, you don't have to worry about hitting the edge back here or anything, but you have to watch that tip a little bit. But beyond that, beyond those two things, it's a great knife. You know, USA made, super high quality. You know, perfect blade centering, super smooth, tight lockup. You could flick it out nice and easy. And the ergonomics are also very nice too. This feels really good in the hand. And I mean, it's a great knife. So this one has a couple of add-ons that you can get. This clip is made out of mokutai, which is, I think it's just two different kinds of titanium, sort of like a Damascus type of deal. And when they etch it, the different titaniums turn different colors. Or it's either solid titanium and it's this sort of, I'm not sure what the difference is. But it's really just beautiful. I mean, there's golds and blues and purples. It looks really nice. Then this knife also has titanium standoffs, which are blue anodized. So I really like those. I mean, I like standoffs much better than backspacers, so when I had the option, I chose these. So they're very cool, they look nice, and they're only $20. But I don't think they're made anymore, which is too bad. So if you want a set, you're going to have to like hawk the exchange on Blade Forums or USN or whatever. Maybe he'll make more, I don't know. In terms of the lock bar, I measured it out with calipers. If I remember right, the lock bar is 0.15 inches thick, and the thinnest point on the cutout here is 0.05 inches thick. So that's pretty good. Lock bar cutouts on the outside, and it's shorter than the first generation. So when you have it on the outside like that, I think it makes it stronger because all the force is, you know, it just goes straight down, as opposed to if it's on the outside, it sort of bends. That's the logic, at least. I don't know. I think it also looks nice. It's easier to clean too. It's on the outside. And I mean, this knife is just sick. I mean, it's one of those where, you know, it's like, in my opinion, you know, comparable with like Sebenza, Strider, XM18 level knives. You know, it was like, for me at Blade Show, I didn't win the Hinder Lotto, so I bought this, and I couldn't be happier. You know, just me. I mean, this knife is sick. And the design itself is based off of Les George's Rockeye Custom. So, I mean, the design itself has been around a while, and it's, you know, I mean, it's just like his signature design, at least in my opinion. When I envision a Les George knife, it's something along these lines. So, let's take a look at the stock clip and backspacer, because I have those handy. Get out this little baggie here. This is the stock pocket clip. It's stonewashed titanium and it's a spoon clip. Personally, I don't care for it. I mean, if you just look at it next to the mokutai, it's much... I dropped it. Oh, the humanity. But if you look at it comparatively, I mean, it's like, it's bigger, it's wider. I mean, it blends in, sure, but I like the profile in this clip a lot better, personally speaking. I mean, some people it doesn't matter to them, but I just don't care for this clip. You know, I mean, I'm not sure if these mokutai ones are still made, but I think you can find them in places. But they are expensive, from what I've seen. I think they go for $80, which is a lot of money. I mean, for a lot less, you can just have like a, you know, a stock. This is actually the same clip that an Emerson uses, I think. So you could just get like a stock Emerson clip and throw it on there if you wanted to. So that's the pocket clip. So there's that guy. The stock backspacer is just plain old black G10. Nothing wrong with it. You know, I mean, this is what it looks like. Nothing wrong with it at all. But for me, I'll take blue titanium standoffs over a black G10 backspacer any day of the week. So you can see it just fit like that, but inside the knife. You know, I mean, it looks nice. I mean, it is what it is. It's simple. I mean, this knife, and it's this base price. MSRP is $395, I think. So, you know, I mean, when you compare it to other knives in that range, like the Striders, the Sebenzas, XM18, if you get it direct from Hinderer, you know, it's comparable. You know, like Striders have the full G10 backspacer, so not a big deal. I mean, it's just a great knife overall, you know, and it's funny because, as I said earlier in the video, a lot of people say, oh, the West George VECP is a Sebenza killer. Do I think that? Like I said, no. I mean, I could see why people would say that it's a Sebenza killer. It's similar. I mean, all titanium, about the same size. If anything, to me, though, it's not a Sebenza, because the Sebenza, to me, is more like a tool. It's more a workhorse knife. The VECP is more tactical. If anything, this is more like an Umnumzan killer, and I think it kills the shit out of an Umnumzan, just saying. You know, I mean, if I had to pick between this and the Zan, I'd pick this all day, every day, twice on Sundays. It's just a better knife, in my opinion. I've handled Umnumzans. You know, I mean, the Umnumzan might have tighter tolerances, but the steel on this is so much better, you know. CTS XHP is basically like D2, but it's stainless. And at 60 Rockwell, this thing will cut and cut and cut. It'll have great edge retention. And it also has the stabilizer thing like the Umnumzan does too, which is kind of funny. So, I mean, overall, I mean, the VECP is a great knife. As of right now, I'd say it's probably my favorite knife. And I picked it, you know, like I said, I maybe could have gotten the XM18. Like, I could have gone in the second day at Blade Show for the lottery, but I was just so mad that first day after. Because, I mean, if you've ever been to Blade Show, you have, like, you're there with, or any knife show, you're there with, like, buddies, friends from the forums, whatever, and, like, sometimes with those lottos, you'd be like, hey, would you mind putting in your name for me? I had 5 people helping me out, didn't get drawn. And then you have dealers and the same usual suspects, and I'm not saying that in the forum sense, I mean the same people I see there at the shows out here win. So it's like the rich get richer, the poor get poorer with Hinderers. That's my experience, at least. Personally, and I have nothing to back this up, I think it's rigged. I think it is. But I digress. Let's get some other size comparisons out here so we can see what the VECP compares to. You can see it next to an 0550. It's about the same size. You can see it next to a Spyderco Military. Military is obviously larger. Para 2. It's about the same size as the Para 2, I think. Small Sebenza. Obviously larger. And, sorry about that. Lacanico Jasmine. So, another thing too with this knife. When it's closed, it's really wide right here. About 2 inches, I think, when I measured it, at the absolute widest point. So it's kind of a wide knife. I mean, it takes up some pocket space. You know, I mean, one thing the Sebenza has that's nice is it's very narrow. So you can see just overlaying these, how much extra space a Sebenza gives you. But, I mean, in my opinion, it's worth the space. It's just a great knife, you know. Not much else to say, except get yourself one. I mean, in terms of variations I've seen them with black blades, like DLC. I've seen them with flat, dark, earth, FDE color blades. Those look pretty cool, and the color of the blade is like the tan of the shirt. So that's cool. You can have options with the knife. But one thing, too, with the VECP is you have Les George behind it. And he's a great guy. You know, I've met him in person, knife shows. He's just really nice, down to earth, you know, and he'll help you out. I mean, customer service-wise, it's the kind of thing where it's like, it's a very good customer service that he has going for him. So, hopefully he makes more of these because they're fantastic, you know. I mean, it gives, like, the average, but, like, the knife nut like me, who's into, like, these level knives, a chance of owning something by him. So, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you sticking in there. It's a long video. But if you have any questions or comments regarding the VECP, feel free to put them below, and I'll answer them as best I can. Thanks to Jay Davis for selling me this knife. I really like it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.